And that's Sasha.
It's a Golden Weed Show. I mean, come on. It's been our intro since the get. Okay, it's the Cool Nerd Weed Show, and I need to be a professional radio DJ. Somebody has to have control here.
So is this the right time to pass this?
Yes.
Being
Being a professional radio DJ. We're live on Adobe Radio. Thank you, Adobe, for always having us and being awesome. We weren't live last week because I have Arizona weed to smoke with you.
Oh.
Brick. Okay, I'll get it on the commercial break. I will get it. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Have you heard of it?
I have. The Legend of Phoenix, Arizona.
It's a real place, and it has beautiful sunsets.
I heard it's beautiful this time of year.
It was lovely. We were there. Adobe Radios was there for 8123 Festival. We're going to air the rewind for that. Me and Guns did interviews, and it was so fun, and it was awesome. And you will listen to it. I think we're re-airing that the 4th or the 5th. I will look that up. I should know that, but it was really fun. And wouldn't you know it, Arizona is recreational. Yeah, recreational.
Yeah, but they had medical and they went recreational around the same time California did. So
was it really?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the next year, following year.
Okay. February 2nd. That's February 2nd. That's when.
That's 8123.
You'll hear Radio Sasha.
Right. Oh, okay.
You can hear it. It exists.
This
not on the
is
show.
Radio Sasha Pirate Radio. This is Radio Sasha.
Yeah, that's me. I wrote that song.
But I think it was written about you.
Yeah, that would be so
just
cool.
now.
That would be awesome. Yeah, it was really fun. And Fish and me and Porter, we went to we were all so adorable. We went to a dispensary that we found that was pretty close to the place we were staying. And, we went there open-minded, feeling good. And it was actually a great experience. Super easy. We just
You just go in, show your ID?
Yeah, literally scan the ID. Well, they had to create a profile, now that I think about it. We went to a little area. Fish kind of signed us up. I couldn't be responsible for anything.
Fish signed everybody
Barely got
up.
content. Yeah, so... Yeah, but
do you remember what the place was called?
No, but I have a picture of it.
Okay.
Look, I have a picture of it. We started to do something and then stopped. I don't know. I was I guess I was high. But I don't know if it was from the weed. The weed okay, so we got 3 pre-rolls. Hold on. I'll tell you. Listen, my memory's not so good, Nature's Medicines.
Okay. Nature's Medicine.
Oh, man, I forget so much stuff. Yes, Nature's Medicine. I don't think that's a weed thing, though. I've always forgot stuff, even before I started smoking weed. Did you?
Yeah, it has. Cannabis is not affected by memory at all.
Well, no, cannabis, it's not helping. It's certainly not helping me remember things. But, yeah. So, anyways, Nature's Medicine. This is what it was called. Nice. Go in.
Looks like a nice
profile.
place.
Yeah. Got mad first time patient discounts. Very helpful bud tender concierge experience. In and out, done deal. We got 3 pre-rolls, and I forgot to talk about them and to smoke one with you. I saved one. I don't know how I got it here.
Were they classic cones?
Yes.
Okay. Standard cones these days?
I felt a little... I must have been to be honest, I had a bit of a tummy ache at this point in the trip.
In Arizona?
I did. Yeah. And I wanted to get content at the weed shop for the Cool Nerd Weed Show. And I just because I wanted to do what you do, where you ask what... is native to Arizona. What's the weed that's native? I feel like Fish might have done that. He's much better at this than I am. He said he asked. I might have been let's survive these next 15 minutes.
Survival mode.
I had a wonderful time, though. Phoenix, you're a beautiful, beautiful place. And it was just sweet jams. So we'll smoke it for the huff and puff.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it. And we'll go over it. But that's where I was last week. And so I did 8123. Woo, it was so great. Oh my God, so many people. More people than I've seen in two full ass years.
3 seasons.
Yes, of television. And it was awesome. But so I'm like, for sure I have COVID. Like, no fucking way do I not have COVID. I'm seeing on the social media, everybody's like, oh, it's just a positive blah. And I'm like, okay, I got to go get tested immediately. So no, I waited a few days. Like, I feel like my biggest exposure was Saturday. I tested myself on Tuesday. I went to a place and
I wasn't allowed to see you.
I isolated from you. I'll be fucking damned if I get you sick because you've avoided it like some sort of fucking super demigod.
I can't figure it out myself. I can't. I wash my hands. I wear a mask. What else can I do? I
got it back in the day. So I got like the OG COVID, the pre-vaccination COVID.
Oh, not this new hipster version.
Yeah, not the watered down version. Just kidding. Omicron's killing people still. So, by the way, Arizona.
Would you say Arizona is a free state?
Listen, we were checked. We were checked strictly for some things, and I don't think it was a super spreader. I really don't. I don't know. Judge not. You know what I mean? But like, it was. I was certain that I was coming home with COVID. Is what I'm saying. That like, put it that way. Because I didn't get it in the last 6 months. I got it last year, like very early in the year. So I don't think I have that natural immunities anymore. But I tested on Tuesday. It was fucking negative. And I was like, sweet. Yeah, that's why we didn't do a show. That's what I'm talking about. My personal health is because, we didn't do a show last Monday because I isolated. And also I was tired as fuck. I have not had that much like activity in my life, let alone fucking 4 or 5 days straight of like,
it was nonstop.
Not binge watching TV was really a treat.
You're like, I've got this pre-party, and then
parties. There were parties,
and then there's a kickoff party.
Did not last long from those parties.
And then there's a show, and then there's another show, and then there's the after parties every night.
I was like, I did, I stayed up as long as I could, and I did. I was ready. I was ready to party, and then like, luckily. More people were hungry than they wanted to party. So, I had a great time. It was perfect. But I was a tired little lady because I'm old, That's just, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud of my age. I did a lot of things. I still do a lot of things. I'm just tired all the time. Everybody's tired all the time. So it was, but then I was like, okay, negative. So cool. But then like I saw more people test positive and I was like, shit. Okay. Maybe I've developed it or something. So then I went on Friday again and I got tested and it was negative. And I was like, did I dodge the COVIDs? I have a booster.
So maybe it's working?
Would you look at that? Oh, look, we're podcasters and we can say that the booster works.
I'd say from all my experience that everything I've been doing is working up to this point.
And you have been following
the strict guidelines, very strict guidelines from the CDC.
Gosh. What a world. Well, anyway, I just wanted to very long-windedly explain why we weren't here last week and then like talk about my new computer a little bit because it's so beautiful. I love her. She's gorgeous. And now to the bits and crannies of the show.
I already have the giggles.
I know. Our cannabis and sex episodes are always quite the giggle. Because we're 12 and, that's just, we laugh at things. That's how we are. We don't, talk about these things as co-hosts and I mean, best friends. I mean, like this and to people, to a lot of people at the same time. Mostly when we talk about it, we giggle. So offline as well. So just expect a little bit of that. TS has pretty much it all mapped out. We're going a fun route. We're going to be educational and anecdotal and do all the fun things that we haven't done yet. If you haven't listened to our cannabis and sex episode, Cannabis, Giggles, and Sex, I think is what it's called.
That was the first one? Second one?
That was the first one, and I think I just put part 1, part 2. I think so. Part 1, part 2, part 3. I'll look all that up and know that. Follow us on Twitter at Cool Nerd Weed, and follow us everywhere else. Cool Nerd Weed Show. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cannabis, Sex, and Giggles. Part 1, part 2.
Well, cannabis,
part 3.
Cannabis and sex.
Part 3.
Now that we have your attention.
What song do we play? Oh, we played Pony.
Yeah. Ride it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to just play 15 seconds of that.
Yeah, that's, what is that? Fair use?
I don't think it's in the fair. Well, yeah, the 15 seconds. Yeah. But I don't know if the whole song. I don't know if Genuine is in the. That's good enough for me. Okay, so we're starting with the history of it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The erotic history.
The erotic history of cannabis.
So this is.
Where should we start? With the Mesopotamians?
Well, I mean, weren't those like the first people
31 BC.
Sure.
It's like 2,000, almost 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, it was like in the very beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Civilization.
Well, the Mesopotamians, they understood the effects of cannabis on female sexual behavior. They did. And they used various plants to feel different effects. Sometimes they added some poisons from the belladonna and, add a little cannabis.
So they used to do like rituals.
They did a lot of rituals to induce the state of erotic fantasy and frenzied activity.
There was a lot of that back then. There's a lot of public
said it treated
intercourse.
It treated treated demon-infected illnesses.
Well, I don't know about that. That
almost 3,000 years ago. They just wanted to have public orgies.
They wanted to fuck publicly.
Which is fine. It's a different time.
Man,
there's probably less people.
I don't know why
there's probably less
stopped.
People in the world. And you can get away with that sort of thing. So
you can't anymore.
Let's fast forward to the Egyptians.
Okay.
Now this is interesting. There's evidence that the ancient Egyptian women used a mix of cannabis mixed with honey to relieve cramps and the birth of childbirth pains.
So no, that's like a big part, just to interject some, whatever. That's like a big part of cannabis and sex, is, as I hack and make this really sexy, is that like female organs, like we, sometimes need a little extra care, and cannabis does help during like the menstrual times, and it does help calm down the pains and the cramps, especially during the lady times. So it all ties together.
Yes.
Like it not only makes you feel better, but it makes you feel good.
The ancient Egyptian ladies would rub the cannabis concoction into their vaginas. And the men would use the hemp seeds because they believed that it would make them more fertile.
Okay.
So, little protein for the men.
Can't hurt.
Eat those hemp seeds.
Yeah.
Good for the man parts.
Yeah, for sure.
Seems like a good time in ancient Egypt.
It does.
For some people.
Yes, it does. It does. I think plant life, sexual behavior around plant life was encouraged back then.
For sure.
Ritualistic stuff. I guess.
A lot of sex rituals happening back then, including the Romans. This one I find
As well.
fascinating.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And they believe that it actually, that the Greeks may have invented this particular program.
Okay.
They believe cannabis helped sexual intercourse, and there's some evidence of that. It says Romans believed in the Greek gods of the old penis.
They sure did. How do you pronounce it?
Priapus.
That's how it was.
Priapus.
If any Greek scholars would like to tell us what the Greek god of the erect penis is. They did have a god for everything. Those Grecians.
Yeah, so they made this cannabis. They consumed this cannabis elixir. So what is it? Saticron.
Okay.
Saticron. It was a mixture of cannabis, alcohol, ivy, and snake venom.
Wow.
And the goal was to go under a hallucinogenic haze. And this was administered by a priest.
Okay.
Who would tie the hands and feet of the man and insert a dildo covered in this elixir rectally. I guess that's where we would put him. In a man.
Well, that makes sense.
His mouth. Yeah, so this makes a lot of sense.
That's where you'd put it today, for sure.
Exactly. So they were onto this during the Roman and Greek.
Well, yeah,
days.
They already knew that this was how to get men to be even comfortable with all of that, because then they would get them to climax. They would with the cannabis.
Yeah, it was
with the elixir. What a wonderful time.
This was the very first evidence of the cannabis suppository.
It also says though that they used it to make people impotent.
Oh, what?
That's the next paragraph.
Oh no.
When eaten in excess.
Oh, in excess. Well,
I mean, we've talked about that. There's debate. If you eat too much weed, you fall asleep. That's just the end of it. But I don't think you don't get whiskey dick.
No, your whole.
Oh, by the way, put the kids to sleep if you haven't yet. Please. 20 minutes into the
Rated R. This is a warning.
Yeah, we'll put we always do have the explicit warning. Okay, yeah, but you don't get whiskey dick like you do with whiskey. But I could see, but you could fall asleep.
I would say you're more in danger of falling asleep than losing your erection. Because
unless you're I
wake up with an erection.
Doesn't
and go to sleep with one.
So, but if you get too high, do you ever feel like I'm too high? Okay.
Never. I'm
fair enough.
I'm get over here. We're going again. I'm too high.
I'm too high. More.
Again.
Yeah, I've never, for girls, it's not like that. Truly, when I was younger, it was very much the opposite. Smoking would really do the trick for me. Any sort of thing. It just works for a lot of people. And it goes back to these Roman times and Egyptian and Indian.
Oh, yeah. The Indians, they invented tantric sex.
Well, yeah, they know a thing or two.
Noah wrote the Kama Sutra.
Yes.
The book of sexual positions, Vedic positions. And they were really into the cannabis as well. Cannabis was native to India. They had hemp seeds.
For sure.
What other? Though they made how do you say it? It's bang bars. That was.
Oh shit! Yeah,
bang.
yeah,
they
yeah.
made the elixir with cannabis.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly is in there. There's probably some herbs, maybe a little alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta bind it with something.
And they would take this and practice sex and practice yoga and just
fucking go at it.
Be out there and free and loving life.
Yes. Oh, the Vikings. Tell me about them.
The Vikings. What did the Vikings do?
Tell me.
Oh, well, okay. The Vikings.
I love a Viking.
The Vikings used cannabis and.
I love both. I love all genders of Viking. Myself.
I think I dated a Viking.
I think you did too. I think you have. I think that's one of your types. Honestly, you do love. We both love a Viking very much, very much. So tell me about their cannabis and sex usage.
Let's see. What did they
Bloodthirsty
do?
savages. That's what it's calling them. That's not my words. It's his website's words.
Well, priestess Freya, the Norse god of love.
Sure.
Suggested that women use cannabis seeds during ritual worship. And it seems that the Vikings held a lot of erotic ceremonies in honor of this Greek god of sex.
Some more ceremonies.
It was all about the ceremonies. What were they making? Okay, so rituals in the hemp fields. They'd roll around, unmarried girls rolling around naked in the hemp fields. This sounds like
rolling around.
This sounds like I want to go back to the Viking times. And next they would weave these leaves from the hemp plants into wreaths and throw them around trees. And the hell was it? Well, at a certain time when they fell off, the girls would look for a husband after rolling around in the hemp fields, getting all those trichomes in the nicks and crannies.
So did they roll around because they smoked weed, or did they roll around because they were just like they wanted to roll around and then the weed got into them and they were like, oh shit, I want to fuck? Or were they like, oh, I smoked this crazy weed, I want to roll around and I want to fuck also?
I think
I don't know why the sequence matters to me, but it does.
I think it was just the part of the harvest festival. Roll around, and it's always fun to be naked if you're rolling around in anything.
Fair enough.
Especially the hemp fields. There's some of I've seen a lot of those adult pictures in the fields of Northern California. I think you can put a whole
people rolling around.
I don't know if they're rolling around. I don't know how sanitary that would be, because a lot of them are just like tasteful nudes in front of plants. But if there's you have a lot of naked women rolling around in your harvest, you got to keep that for personal use. Every now and then we find hippie hair we used to find hippie hair in the bags.
Gross.
But now if you're finding
once you said that hair, and I was like I gagged, so I was like, this is so gross, it's so gross, it's so gross. But I did find one, and I was like, you're so gross. That takes the sexiness out of it. Okay, any other cultures use cannabis as?
The Ugandans, they used it for a little. They thought it helped with erectile dysfunction.
Okay. Well, I feel like they put back in the day they put cannabis in everything.
It was in everything. Yeah. It was all your basic medicines.
Yeah.
Were
somehow that
cannabis based, alcohol based, opium based.
Yeah, for sure.
Add a little snake venom, maybe a little. What else would they add? They added a little snake venom and maybe put it on a dildo.
Yeah, man.
Administer it however you wish.
Why did we stop using weed? It just seems like everybody, used it and really enjoyed it. And now, for some reason, you're listening to the Cool Nerd Weed Show to tell you about cannabis and sex and not using it in your common everyday practice. Don't be afraid. If you haven't used cannabis for sex yet, look at this long history. Next, we're going to tell you how. Next, we're going to show you how. It's a different show now.
The after hours.
We are starting a Patreon. It's only a matter of time. I'm just kidding.
See my OnlyFans.
I think when we first did the first show, the Cannabis, Sex, and Giggles, I said something like that. You're like, I don't know you like that. I made a joke and you're like, ooh la la.
Oh yeah.
The scandalous.
It was we had these lubricated cannabis lubricated condoms, these THC condoms.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They seemed
Did you ever try them? Tell me.
I put one on
You did.
to see what it felt like.
What did it feel like?
It felt like,
Did it feel better or worse or
anything? It's like it just felt like a cheap condom.
Is it for her pleasure? Maybe
it might have been more for her. That's what I found. Like unless you're rubbing it on my anus, then it's better in the vagina.
Well, yes, yeah, I have found that as well. I mean, I don't have experience with the other parts, but yeah, I mean, it's great. Furia. Foria makes.
I think they're still
products.
around too. Yeah.
Yeah, they show up all the time.
They do.
I love them. I always ask if you carry them. I need them. I really do. I want them in my life.
People come in every day and ask for it.
They saved my life many times. They're fucking wonderful. Wonderful. I cannot recommend enough. If you don't have trouble, if you have trouble, if whatever, you will be like, what the fuck? I miss it. And I do miss it. So what the fuck? Carry it.
Working on it.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I had some sex rage there. didn't mean to get all mad at you. Okay, we're going to take a break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna tell you, wait, what are we gonna do when we come back?
What are we doing?
You're gonna say the strains, right?
Strains and types of cannabis for your best sex life.
Sweet. Okay.
The nerds will be right back. It's never too late to join the sesh.
Pass that here.
We're back.
We're back.
It's a cool nerd weed show. That's Taz.
And that's Sasha.
I could have done it.
Well, you're operating the controls.
It's true. We need to, if it wasn't for me, I don't know where we'd be.
We'd be just running in circles.
It's my dog. Well, we are doing cannabis and sex and having a grand old time. Follow us on Twitter at Cool Nerd Weed. Everywhere else, find us Cool Nerd Weed Show. I want pastries.
Those pastries were so
I'm
good.
gonna bring them over here. Okay.
You're gonna eat pastries on your new computer?
Not on my computer. Why are you shaming me?
I'm not.
Why are you pastry shaming me?
Do whatever. Do what you want.
I had a lot of milligrams.
Okay. Oh, you did. I didn't have as many. I still feel good though.
Nobody asked you.
No.
Fine, I don't want pastry. Go ahead. Okay, so we're gonna talk about okay, yeah. So talking about cannabis and sex, we gave you the history of how it's been used, how cannabis has been used in a sexual way, and it goes back to the dawn of time. The dawn of time.
Thousands of years ago.
Many of thousands of years ago. Now, we are going to tell you the strains. So there are things that we know the body reacts to, like aphrodisiacs and they always tell you to eat chocolate. It's funny how these things really do work, and you don't even realize it, and you're like, oh shit,
Oysters.
Yeah. All those sorts of things. So in combination, with those things that, weed probably works better. But there's also there's also strains that you can try to seek out when you would like to enhance your sexual experience.
Some of our favorite strains.
Yeah, ones that surprise we already like.
If you want to boost your libido, if you want to boost the old libido, Do-si-do is classic strain, and it says whether you are on a solo mission or whether you are have a partner, Do-si-do is known both for euphoria and relaxation. It's this is one of our favorites. It's a Girl Scout cookie with Face Off OG, providing, relaxation, encourage you to unwind.
Wedding cake. Well, isn't that one more smoking?
Yeah, it's
we're smoking wedding cake, but
wedding cake, but it is a cross.
What's the wedding? I mean, what's the cross?
It's wedding cake and grape. I actually pulled it up. It's like grape pie.
Interesting.
And it's still got that little fueliness, and it's got like that Durban-y.
It does. It really does. It's really good. I'm enjoying that quite a bit. I love wedding cake, and I do love do-si-do. Those cookies. You're always gonna find them for us. Yeah. So that'll get you going. That'll rev you up.
Next
but
is...
they're indica dominant, so they'll be like chilling. Let's like having a nice glass of wine, get you all lubricated.
Yeah. We got Granddaddy Purple is next on the list.
Oh.
Long-lasting, heavy indica strain. And they're calling Granddaddy Purple or Green Viagra.
Really?
Green Viagra. I never heard of that. But I like it. I like it. It's nature's Viagra. Known for a dreamy buzz. Some people purport that it puts them in the mood. But, I get this question a lot. What's gonna put my man in the mood? What's gonna help my lady
because it's
unwind?
like there's a lot of like. I feel like there is a lot of stuff for women though. Like it's like for cannabis and women.
Oh yeah.
But for dudes, so Granddaddy Purple, huh?
Granddaddy Purple.
Interesting.
It's
is there a reason? Is there a terpene that is?
There's they were saying in another article that it's the lemonol or lemonine, and lemony flavored strains would sort of tickle your brain to enhance your sexual pleasure. So one of the ones that I always recommend, so I actually had a partner that loved sour diesel. Always had to smoke the sour diesel. And that one's high. Sativa dominant strain. I feel like it's always a perfect kind of combination.
I love sour diesel.
I love a good sour diesel.
Yeah, I guess a good sour diesel can get me going.
It's apparently sour diesel makes you like heighten your sense of feeling and touch.
Cool.
And you enjoy being touched.
I like
after
that.
smoking some fat blunt of some sour diesel.
Yes, that usually does work for me, honestly. I mean, yeah, it does. There's been a lot of nights of fun in my life.
On the diesel.
On the D's. On the sour D's nuts. It's true. I find this interesting, the anxiety ones, because there is some anxiety. I mean, a lot of anxiety around sex and having it. And, we all need to just get, like, the number one thing when it comes to a sexual experience is to be on the same page and to be on the same vibe and to be relaxed.
For sure.
And
your mental state of mind.
Yeah. And weed really does help level everything out and be on the same page. And I like that, they're studying terpene levels of different strains to treat anxiety. I think that's fucking amazing. So, I guess Bubba Kush.
It's another one of our favorites.
We do. We love Bubba. We fucking love Bubba. Skywalker OG. Fucking love Skywalker all day.
Been smoking the classic OG.
All day. Yeah.
Today.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Not now, but you know what I mean. It's just a saying. Blueberry lamb's bread. Another blueberry situation. And kosher Kush. So it looks like Kush is your ticket to Chilltown.
Oh yeah, always.
Stop to Sexy Town. Just one stop away.
One step away. Come on and ride
Some
it.
people could just take the express train to Sexy Town, but some people need help. I sure do.
You know,
There's a lot of anxieties, a lot of different anxieties, and
a slower ride. You need a slower ride to Sexy Town.
You just need a stop at Chill Town. What's up? Smoke some kush. Get me that sour D's. I'm on my way to Sexy Town. Here I am.
Ready to party.
Ready to stay the night. Hotel Sexy Town. Anyone more else? There's pain. There's one for pain.
If you're worried about pain during sex.
Another me thing, very much. I tried this. I do experience pain during sex. It fucking sucks having female parts. I don't care who you are. It sucks. Having female parts sucks. I mean, it's a blessing, I guess, to have healthy parts. But you experience pain. I experience pain. And it's not fun. So once, I think it was Foria. Why can't I remember how to pronounce it? Foria?
I think it's Foria.
Okay.
Foria. Yeah.
I had one of those. It was just like, I think it was like I don't know, one of their lube things. And I used it. We used it. And I did not experience pain. And it was this time. And it did enhance it. But there are things to try that actually will for sure help if you experience pain. And that does also contribute to anxiety as well, is pain surrounding sex. So this is good news that there are options that you can try. You want to look for things that have high beta carotene and humulene,
yeah. Myrcene.
Yeah, myrcene's always a classic.
Carotene.
Yeah, so they're saying Skittles.
Oh yeah,
which there's no shortage of those.
Skittles is in everything now, so you should be able to find something with Skittles. If you can't find just Skittles, there's a Skittles cross. There's probably 10 Skittles crosses for you. Other ones, G13. Haven't seen G13 in a long time, but that's a very potent indica. Catatonic. If you want like a high CBD strain, low THC, that'll relax the body.
Oh, for sure. I mean, CBD. Another good way to get yourself in the mood for anybody is take a CBD bath. That'll get you good.
Oh, the CBD bath bomb. Yeah.
Smoke a fucking high fucking
a little Harlequin
beta carotene weed. Get yourself a bath bomb, a CBD bath bomb. Lay in that shit. And you'll be
Jello
on the express fucking train to Sexy Town with no fear. Only whatever it takes. I don't want to become like a sex line. I don't want to get an X rating on iTunes. That's not a thing.
What if you want to try something new? Like you want to experiment.
Experiment Kama Sutra.
Yeah, you've got your Kama Sutra book on Amazon, and then you're like to your partner, you're like, I want to try pages 22, 24, 27, and 35. So yeah, it's some of the same strains, but a potential experimental, try something new, train wreck.
I like train wreck. I do. So train wreck is sativa dominant. So it's kind of like, it has you thinking.
Yeah.
Has your mind going.
These strains
getting creative.
They'll lower your inhibitions.
Yeah. Boost
the old confidence.
Maybe go to a strip club together or something.
That sounds great.
Just a suggestion.
So,
you don't have to.
Got to roll a blunt at train wreck and go hit the gentleman's club.
I love a strip club.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You should be smoking a sativa.
Yes. It's suggested.
Yes. Atomic Northern Lights. I love Northern Lights.
I love a Northern Lights too.
Yeah, I always have. It's
coming. It's making a comeback.
Is it?
And it's mixed in with some other strains, but it's still there. The essence of Northern Lights is still there. Yeah. It's delicious.
Yes.
Blue Dream.
Whatever. I mean, people like Blue Dream. Like, I know do people still ask for it in the weed dispensaries?
You know, when we have it, it always goes, and somebody always comes in and they love it and they want it. It's
There's so much better weed out there, my people.
There's so many other new strains, but some people like it just works.
Fair enough.
It just works for them.
And I get, and it is sativa. Now listen, I'm only joking. That's just like an inside joke for weed industry people. Blue Dream's great. Of course it is. It's like a very, especially if you're trying something new, you don't want to be fucking like buzzing out the, you don't want to be a jackrabbit. Like, I mean, sometimes you do, but like you want to make sure you're on the same level. Blue Dream is a very, very safe weed. It's usually low THC, it's like 18%, like sativa or whatever. It's like a classic strain that like your fucking grandma smoked, I bet. So like it's a good place to want to, God, I'm so raunchy. It's a good place to want to have a sexual experience when you have Blue Dream. Like my husband would be good for Blue Dream because he doesn't smoke weed, but like, you know, it's like a good way to like drink wine and not get like fuzzy wine life. Also, for the older gentlemen, if you're taking Viagra, you don't want to drink and take Viagra. I'm not looking at you. You don't need Viagra. Somebody of your age might, though. Or my age. Or somebody younger. I don't know.
Maybe try the green Viagra first.
Yes. And you can't drink, or you shouldn't drink and take Viagra. So you could smoke weed, though. The green Viagra and take Viagra. There's nothing wrong with taking Viagra. I don't judge anybody. It's okay.
Yeah, it's however you get there. However you get there. Okay.
So moving right along.
Okay, something if you really want to be jackhammered.
Yeah. So if you're like, man, I'm tired, but I gotta fuck.
It's on.
You're just saying I gotta fuck. That's gonna be the name of the show.
The energy and the enthusiasm to keep up with your partner. And, you know, you don't want to let your partner down.
No. You don't want to be made fun of in the bedroom. And
you know, you want to put on a good show. You need that energy. And you need to be in the mood.
Wow. But I like to be a fly in the wall. On the wall, not in the wall. I'm getting embarrassed.
Get out here. This is why I want to watch you. Is this why we love this strain?
Boy. Green crack.
Well, yeah, the green crack.
Yeah,
is a classic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do
Energizer Bunny, but the super lemon haze.
Oh yeah, we do love super lemon haze.
Which is like it's making its way into the strains. It's in it's in our gummies.
Oh yeah,
a zesty sativa.
Very zesty.
It's got all the lemonine, those lemon terps.
Yeah, well there it is.
Really get you going.
That's why, yeah. Oh yeah, we do love the super lemon haze. I do. Yes, I guess that's why. Makes sense. It just makes sense. Hey, a hazy strain. I now that I think back to when I smoked hazy strains and I felt feelings. I get feelings,
with the sativas.
And I'm like, why do I feel those feelings?
All tingly.
Yeah, I have urges. I have carnal urges.
It's from the sativa.
That's what I want to call it. It's from the sativa. Please don't forget.
I'll write that down.
We have to go. We have to do a commercial. We'll do a commercial. Are we wrapped up with this, or do we want to talk more? Because we do have the Huff and Puff, but we could do Huff and Puff could be like content. Later.
There might have to be a part 4.
Okay, you want to do it next week, and we can maybe we'll have a guest.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. We'll lead up into Valentine's Day.
Look at you creating content live on the air as like we go on. You've done so much work today. I'm like very impressed at your commitment to this.
You're just blowing smoke.
No. Yeah, I was just vamping because I'm looking for the fucking commercial. No, you asshat. I love you. You're doing wonderful work for the show. We're having
like
great teamwork. We're being very productive as a show.
I feel like there's sativa X being rammed up my.
Whatever. We're gonna take a break, and we're taking a break. We'll be right back with the Huff and Puff. Dummy.
The final Huff and Puff with TS and Sasha.
Yes, it's the final Huff and Puff with TS and Sasha on the Golden Hood and Weed Show. We're in a silly, goofy mood because we did the cannabis and sex episode. There will be a part 4 if you're watching this on Instagram or another platform. Just know, in a week, we'll have a part 4 with hopefully a guest to sit around and talk about cannabis and intimate moments.
A sexpert.
A sexpert. Put the kids to bed. But right now, we're switching gears. You know, moving right along because we're adults. And
still a little giddy.
Yeah. But so this is weird. I guess they're like, they're just trying to find how like THC impairs people.
Yeah, we've huffed and puffed about the cannabis breathalyzer.
They're really
before.
Like hell bent on finding research that cannabis impairs your driving or your ability to be cognitive. They've been hell bent on that for the age of time. It's a tale as old as time.
Yes, but cannabis is different.
Yes.
The way that it affects the human body. So the average breathalyzer.
Some people need to smoke before they drive because it makes them anxious to drive. Just so you know.
Yes. So the breathalyzer, or swabbing your mouth, or whoever the oral techniques.
It's not like
not accurate. It's
alcohol.
It's not a great gauge to judge impairment.
Because it won't be on your breath. Who knows what? Who knows when you smoked? All that stuff that has been talked about ad nauseum. So they're really trying to find a way. They're not giving up in the world, and they really
really going for it.
Yeah.
Some researchers in Massachusetts found a non-invasive brain imaging procedure.
How is there a non-invasive?
To be an objective and reliable way to identify individuals who perform individual performance of having impairment by THC. And
how is any brain scan non-invasive?
So it uses a technology known as functional near-infrared spectrograph.
Okay.
To measure brain activity patterns that correlate to impairment from THC intoxication.
It's like very extensive.
So this device, they say, is portable.
Okay.
It's you either put like a cap on your head, or strap something to your skull.
And they just like
they
feed you weed.
Scan your brain.
Well, in these tests, they're like, so they tested a bunch of people, and they gave them like oral THC or a placebo.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if you got the placebo and I'm like, oh, man,
I'm so high, I can't drive. Oh my god!
They're like, your brain is functioning just fine, sir. You got the placebo, jackass.
Sir, this is on Wendy's. Yeah. Yeah, that would be very funny. But yeah, so yeah, I guess a thing is it's possible to tell if you judge a certain level of science stuff that you're slightly impaired or very impaired from THC. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know, like what is this like necessary?
Is this where we're going?
Is this necessary?
Is it necessary? Yeah, I mean, I don't think so.
Do you think it is?
I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think it is.
So they and then they want to like differentiate whether you are. How could you differentiate through a brain scan whether it's medical use or
Listen, do not
anything?
drive impaired. If you drive impaired, you suck, and I don't like you.
Yes,
But
use a ride share.
I
Always.
will not say that I do not smoke before I drive. I just won't, like, because quite often I smoke before I drive. So, and I don't drive impaired. I can't because I'd be impaired. So, you know, I don't know. Weed is not like alcohol. That's why you can't breathalyze it. Like, it's because it's like weed is processed different through the body. The brain is different. Oh, some people can't drive high. They shouldn't. You know, am I like saying crazy things? Am I saying like Joe Rogan level crazy things? Are we gonna get banned from the internet?
No. How do I have to I have to give my consent to having my brain scanned?
Yeah, for fucking what? It's non-invasive. Okay, cool. You're gonna scan my brain. That seems kind of invasive.
Is it going to be one of those
I
things
have
that's
to agree to
written
a
into law?
breathalyzer too, by the way.
You do have to agree to that as well.
So
if they wouldn't ask you,
You're fucking not
If they
scanning my
didn't
brain.
have
The
to.
answer's no. No, you cannot,
is no.
officer. Where's my fucking lawyer? Shut the fuck up when cops stop you. I want to get them on the show. They do a podcast.
The pot lawyers or Kroger.
Yeah, I think the producer follows us.
I think so.
Come on to our show. We like you.
Yes, and they would say,
Shut the fuck up.
"Shut the
when
fuck
cops
up.
Ask
You're
questions.
you're not putting that thing on my head to scan my brain."
Fuck no. Go fuck yourself. Sorry. Did I scare you?
So,
We have to go, but
We
go
do?
fuck yourself. Yeah, we do. Don't go fuck yourself though. We do have so much more to say. We'll be back though. We'll be back. Don't you worry. We'll be back. Follow us on Twitter at Cool Nerd Weed. Follow us everywhere else. Cool Nerd Weed Show. You can find us everywhere in the whole world. Adobe Radio. Thank you so much for having us on your airwaves. Thank you for being the sweetest, most generous radio station and the coolest. I said the follow thing. Go have sex and smoke weed and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. And
don't panic.
it's organic.
Yeah. We want to thank you so much for being a beautiful audience. Thank you very much. We'll be back real soon. Y'all take care and remember, unity forever, please.